Konnichiwa, punters. PB here from Racecourse Capital. Good evening, Ty, on this very hot and fucking humid Friday night. Yeah, I don't know where the brains are. I think I may have lost some brain cells in the heat this week, but yes.
It is disgusting.
Konnichiwa to you too, Ty. It is very disgusting, mate. I am sweating like a gypsy with a mortgage at the moment, mate. It is dripping. Off of it to change a couple of shirts, but we're okay. We're okay because we're going to have a cold beer. Now, we've got a little bit of mixture tonight. We're just going through some of our leftover stock. You're on the James Squires Zeros, which is very tasty. Lovely James Squires Zero. And I'm still sticking with the Better Beer Zero Morning for it. Lovely drink, morning, noon and night. Cheers, my man. I hope you punters are wrapping your lips around that. Fuck, that's amazing. Honestly, there's not many things in life that just give you that feeling every time you have it. For me, it's beer, vanilla slice, and pizza.
Okay.
Yourself, mate?
Oh, jeez, I don't know. Maybe some ice cream.
Ooh,
That'd be really nice.
Do you want to know something interesting I saw at a service station this week?
What did you see?
So, filling up the truck as I would need to do, and thought I'll just go get a Red Bull or a cold drink or something like that. And what did I see in the fridge? Heineken Zeros in a can.
Oh.
How good is that?
You're all sorted.
Mate, I'm all sorted for the drive home like I did today coming home from Lismore. I could have just packed a couple of little 6-packs in there, drank my non-alcoholic beers on the way home, feeling like I'm switching off after a long day. Cheerio to all those in Lismore. It was a beautiful day down there. Thank you very much for having me. Anyway, that's enough of that shit. Let's get into some results from last week, mate. How did we fare? Other than struggling to sleep with the heat. How do we go?
We'll start with last Friday. So
Friday.
It was not bad for a Friday last week. So Ipswich had 5 winners there.
Yep.
Kembla had 3 winners and Pakenham had 5 winners.
Yeah, nice. So some good value and some good results there for a Friday night, which kicked off a very big weekend, which actually saw a very scary incident at Flemington.
Oh, there's been a couple of falls.
Yeah, but that big one with Jamie Carr and my mate, and I sincerely mean this. I hope both of them are recovering well. Thankfully, Willow did a bit of concussion and broke a collarbone. Jamie Carr was out.
She was sedated for a couple of days, wasn't it?
Yeah, so Ben Mellon was sort of putting posts up, which is very, very bad. And
scary stuff.
If you watched that replay, it actually looked like a spear tackle in rugby league. The way that her head was going straight to the turf and it was going at speed. So racing is a very dangerous sport. It's not just as easy as jumping on the back and steering the ship, so to speak. It's very dangerous, but we appreciate what these guys do to allow us to get some enjoyment out of it. So hope Jamie Carr and Willow are recovering nicely. We look forward to seeing you back at the races very soon. Some other interesting news that happened throughout the week. Just let my ears out. I feel like this is the project for Racecourse Capital.
I'm waiting for it.
It's only because your head's buried in form, mate. You got to go out and smell the roses and see what else is going on.
Yeah,
so the J-Max suspension.
Oh, that's interesting, isn't it?
Controversial.
That is very interesting.
So he gets suspended. He's out for the Blue Diamond, right? Out. The replacement riders are all booked. Everyone's ready to go, and then voila, what happens? Oh, hang on a minute. What we're going to do is we're going to let you ride in the Blue Diamond so you can ride Animo.
Yeah.
What do you think on that, Ty?
So he gets on the slipper favourite in Cylinder, who's a big chance. I don't know. I mean, I feel sorry for past jockeys that have had the same situation, where they've been suspended.
Yeah, and had to stick
right
with it.
Before, missed a Group 1 race and things like that. How many times does that happen? All the time.
The suspensions are handed out just about every week, right?
Yeah, absolutely. So it's it makes me feel for them. What's just going on? But I don't know what to say. I think it's all very political, isn't it?
I don't like it. I think if you have a suspension, you stick to the suspension. There should be no ifs, buts, or maybes or variations in it. Now, if what he did, right or wrong, whether we've got a great opinion or not, if the judicial system ruled on a 10-race meet suspension or whatever it is, blah blah blah, then it is what it is. And if he misses it, he misses it. If he doesn't, he doesn't. I don't think that they can allow him.
There's too much grey area there now, because they've let him do this.
Well, no, exactly right. Now you think of anyone that's passed that could probably, challenge for grievances, or anyone in the future. We're not setting a clear precedent. So Anyway, I think we'll probably leave the politics up to the rest of those.
I definitely don't agree with it.
I mean,
I don't agree with it because others have suffered and lost big races because of it.
We want to see good jockeys race, right? So look, nothing wants us more to see J-Mac riding winners, right? I mean, it's a sensational jockey, but I just think it needs to be a fair platform.
Absolutely.
All right. So anyway, Saturday results. We had 4 big tracks: Flemington, Rose Hill, Eagle Farm, and Ascot. Now Ascot returned 4. Rose Hill returned 2 winners. How'd you go at Flemo?
Had 4 at Flem.
4 at Flemington. Beautiful looking track, wasn't it?
Great track.
And Eagle Farm had 6, so it was a pretty good Saturday. Then we treated all your punters out there with a stack of free cards on the Sunday, Monday.
Oh, and just quietly, if you tuned into last week's episode, you would have picked up a few good winners there.
I can't believe I didn't even remember that.
How many came from the episode? Like 4 or 5 winners or something like that?
Yeah, it was pretty juicy,
You would have cleaned up if you followed along.
Only if you followed the video, you would have made some cash. Sunday, a lot of free cards out there. So we had 3 at Ascot, 3 at Stony Creek, 3 at Sunshine Coast. Then we went to Monday. Was Monday Canberra or Sunday?
Sunday was
Canberra. So we had a couple of winners at Canberra, which is good. Echuca, I'm not even sure why you bothered, mate, but it was nice.
Went to a heavy track. And
rain came. But how'd you go on the public holiday meet at Morphettville?
The Adelaide Cup, yeah.
Adelaide Cup Day.
It was great. There was 4 winners there, and they were all, I think it was $8 pick, a $6 pick, a $6 pick, a $6 pick. So they were all good value picks there. So
bloody fantastic.
You would have had a good day on Monday if you followed along.
Oh yeah. And then midweek races. I don't mind the midweek races, but what I'm actually finding is the unpredictability of racing.
Midweek has been headache.
I reckon, look, 3 months ago we probably were looking more forward to the Wednesday meets.
Yeah, exactly.
Because they would map and everything mapped the way that it should, right? But then I go to Eagle Farm on Wednesday, get three. I went to Belmont and got 1, and I was slightly disappointed with that. I'll be honest.
It's sort of strange. It's been like you say, like Wednesdays were good for a while, and the Saturdays were harder to pick. Then it sort of swapped over. And it's also like I've been doing a fair bit of the Thursday, looking at the Thursday a lot. The Thursday has been not too bad.
Your Pakenham tips and your Victorian tips on the Thursday have been good.
And there's been good races, like good quality races there, where you could look at it and go, okay, there's a few that stand out here that are probably going to be in the finish.
Yeah, sure.
But Wednesday has been an absolute headache.
Yeah, crazy.
And it seems like they're just taking turns at winning. Like you just don't really know, and the form's not really adding up. And then you get tracks that might be just super leader biased. If you're not on the rail, like today's Sale was like that today. If you weren't leading it on the rail, you just could not run them down.
It's making the choices a little bit harder because you know that when you look at the races, probably 4 or 5. We're trying to narrow them down to 2, but I'll tell you what, it does suck balls.
It's tough. If you do look at the speed map, you're like, okay, this horse always jumps well and gets to lead, and then for whatever reason they have a tactics change and they go second pair, and you're like, why the fuck did you do that? And they can't run them down.
No.
Like it happened to me twice today. There were 2 confident plays, and they were both there was 2 leaders there. I'm like, oh, they're going to find the front no matter what. They always lead.
Yes.
Goes midfield. Goes way back. It's like, well, I already know that I've lost.
It is heartbreaking. I got done by an $81 chance today, mate. So it all happens. Happens to all of us. Anyway, who was it? You can't go forward by looking in the rearview mirror, mate. So we just got to keep pushing on. So we've had a good, got 50% Ipswich today, which wasn't too bad. It was a fucking stinking hot day at Ipswich today, but anyway.
Gross out there.
How'd you go at Sale?
Sale terrible. Only a couple of wins there, and just all placings. Like I said, just couldn't. I knew after about 200 metres of running who was going to win.
Yeah.
That's how bad it was today. I just like, what do you do?
Another day. It's good to actually look at it and probably get some black booking form in your head and see what's happening with some running and all the rest of it. So it's pretty happy. Anyway, let's move on to Super Saturday. Not only is the footy back, but it's my favourite time of the year, mate. It's just like couch TV surfing, like footy, NRL, AFL races, big races.
Lovely.
Phenomenal. So big races tomorrow. We've got like 5 Group 1s around the country tomorrow. One even up at Doomben, 2 in Sydney, 2 in Melbourne.
A big race at Doomben, you say?
Oh, they said there's a Group 1 at Doomben tomorrow. So
is it?
I believe so. I thought there was.
Oh, the duel?
Yeah.
This race.
So anyway, we'll have a look at that. Where do you want to kick off tonight?
Let's look at Rose Hill.
All right.
And let's open up Tom selection here.
All right, the man, the myth, the legend that is the Big T. What's he giving us tonight?
I like this selection.
So do I.
Um,
So do I. I actually looked at it earlier this afternoon.
it's a big chance. We're going to go to the Slipper.
Race number 8.
And we're going to go for the Blue Diamond winner in Little Bros.
Hey.
Currently $11.
Is that right?
It's interesting that that's come up at $11. You know, level weights and draws an amazing barrier. Barrier 5, like should get a lovely run.
Should get a very nice.
And the way it won the Blue Diamond was pretty impressive. Like, you know, you had Don Corleone in
Corleone.
great names, isn't it?
Isn't it so good?
Um,
There's a lot of good names that I actually quite like. I mean, I love Cylinder. Not only is it a great horse, but what a name.
yeah, J-Max on that one.
Shinzo.
Like, even like King's Gambit. Like, interesting that Zara's got off the Don to get on King's Gambit, and the trial of King's Gambit was ultra impressive.
That's one thing I like Tom's pick, because yes, the market is certainly sorting itself out from favourite throughout, but there is some big chances in that race tomorrow. Little Bros is certainly a very, very good chance tomorrow in that race.
It's a great draw for that horse. It'll just sit back off the speed and let him go, and
It's carrying a beautiful weight of just under 57 kilos, mate. Sitting out of barrier 5, so it's going to be thereabouts, and positioned nicely for the run home.
It always comes back to which form do you trust more, the Blue Diamond or the Todman, or those sort of races in the lead-ins. Which one do you think is going to be the strongest form lines? But they're all so close in Sydney. They've raced against each other so many times now. It's like one's got first, one's got second, and they swapped over. And it becomes a little bit confusing, but you sort of got to make the choice which one do you trust more.
That's very true. Very true. So beautiful big day at Rose Hill tomorrow. What's the other big one that's out there tomorrow?
The George Rider before
that's
that.
the one with Animo. That's right. That's
Big
what we're talking about. J-Max. So he gets a good couple of peach rides tomorrow.
Artorias' win last start was pretty awesome. We had Zach Purton on last time. We got Zach on this time. Interesting.
The swap arounds are I don't know. Obviously, we don't know everything of what the trainers and that are setting up with. So I think it's going to be good. I mean, Animo is just a freak. So
expect him to win.
Yeah, it is. It has to be the standout favourite, and you're just about the 150 mark. I think it will be all over tomorrow. But yeah.
Most likely.
Anything else that tickles your fancy?
Galaxy there. Isn't it interesting? Eduardo coming in at $10.
Yeah, I don't know.
We've got Uncommon James off the.
Be interesting to see what happens when the markets open again in the morning and they finalise the track condition and put it all up there as well. I mean, even look at Shades of Rose. Like, it's had a great succession of runs. Got tired before it went to spell, and now it's back. Now tell me this thing's not going to be ready to run strong first up.
Yeah, it's going to be. It's a tough race actually, like with the lightweights, and that's going to be an interesting one.
I think so. All right. Well, let's continue in the big races, and let's head down to Victoria, where they are coming from the Valley tomorrow.
Valley, that's scary, isn't it?
Well, yes and no. I think you found your form out there at the Valley, mate. So it's going
Last time was okay.
So it's going to be good for tomorrow at the Valley. Should be a bit of sunshine around. Should be a lovely day.
So,
where are you heading?
I'm going to go to race 4 first.
Okay.
This was a tough decision because these races are. We talked about how things are changing and it becomes more competitive on one day and the other one sort of comes easier. This tomorrow is really competitive at the Valley. A lot of very similar form lines where it's hard to know which one's going to improve more.
So just even looking at that, I mean, how can you go past Russian Dancer?
I know. I went through this in my head millions of times. Look, I settled on Bel Air.
Did you?
With a Danger and American liaison.
Okay.
Being the Valley, I want something that's going to sit close to the speed. Bel Air draws nicely. Its last run was actually quite good. It placed in a really good race at Pakenham, but it was way back. It came from way back to run on against a couple of nice horses. Finished behind a couple of nice horses. Yeah. And I think from gate 4, Mellum should be able to put that pretty close. It's got to jump well, obviously, but I think gate 4 is quite a nice barrier for this horse. And if it jumps really well, it might end up 1 out, 1 back or something like that, and be able to peel out and go. But American Liaison is probably going to try and go forward, I'd imagine. This horse actually won by, 3.8 lengths last start. And the second place getter has gone on to win dominantly. So I
So
look
you
at
think
that.
it's going to go forward and try to outrun them?
I think it'll really try and go forward and
Kick
dictate
away,
speed.
yeah.
I think Russian Dance is going to be right there with it as well.
Yeah.
So it's just a matter of how fast do they go. If they go really fast, then it will set up for a horse like Bel Air that's sitting right behind them.
But if they run slow,
Then it will set up for them, and Russian Dancer and American could be.
well, that's
fighting
it.
it out.
Especially if American Liaison can stack them
Yeah.
and just keep the pace where he wants it, he's the one that's in control. Hits the button, boom.
And if you look back through the form, it's run around Bel Air. Like they've been running around each other for a while now. So their form's very, very similar. But that's a tough race. But they're the two that I settled on, Bel Air and American Liaison.
Fantastic.
Race 4.
All right, what else you got?
I'm going to go to the All-Star Mile.
Ooh, the mile.
Race 7. Look, it's going to be so hard to run past the alligator. It's going to be so hard. I just don't like $2.80. I just don't like $2.80 for it. In a big race like this, I don't like $2.80.
Oh, mate. But I mean, you can't not.
It's
Shit on the back. The horse is just a freak.
it is. And it's tough as fuck. Like
Yeah.
it's so hard to run down.
Yeah.
You know what he's going to do? He's going to push forward. He's going to apply pressure.
Yeah.
And he's going to try and stranglehold them and just have them off the bit of the corner and everyone's struggling.
Yeah.
That's what he's going to do. We all know that. But $2.80 I thought was a little bit short. You know, whether you use him as a saver or whatever you do, it's up to you. But I can't go past I'm Thunderstruck and I can't go past Mr. Brightside as with their value.
Mm-hmm.
Like $6 and $6.50 for those horses that have just constantly run around the blood in all races. So
Yeah.
it just seems like the market hasn't evened out to where it needs to be yet, and those two picks are great or phenomenal value. But I'm going to make a mention of one that I've followed a lot that I think has been absolutely primed and has gone under the radar a little bit for this race. Up until probably lunchtime today, this horse was at $17. It has been crunched into $10, Laws of Indices.
Oh, there it is.
It was $17
There it
earlier
is. Okay.
today. And it's been absolutely smacked into $10.
Oh. Hope you got a little bit of a piece of the 17.
Oh man, I was going to say, obviously I love this horse and I think it deserves a win. It's just always around the mark. It just seems to draw wide barriers and get shit luck. It's always there. It went over to Hong Kong, I think, and ran third behind some absolutely amazing horses over there.
Yeah.
It's just screaming out for a win. Gets Oyson Murphy. Is he English or is he Irish or?
It sounds like he's Irish, but that
Irish, yeah.
know.
You can imagine so. So.
Hopefully he's not enjoying St. Patrick's Day too.
Oh, there you go. Yeah. It's just screaming for win, and it comes through the Sydney form, and it comes through a race behind Animo. So it's got a fourth behind Animo last start, and it was only 1.7 behind Animo.
Okay.
Sydney form in Victoria tends to do quite well, as we know, and I just think that weight of that push for it. Look at that, there you go, $17, and then bang, tens.
Okay. Watch the market, see what it does in the morning.
Yeah, it might go back out with the weight of the money coming for the blood and runners like that. But yeah,
I mean, you can't even discount Cascadian there either.
You can't. Like it is very tough. And again, it's a tempo related thing. How crazy do they go? There's going to be a lot more pressure. Like the Alligator last start, it just dictated and did what it wants, and then nothing really could just get near it.
Very happy at Mooney Valley too, mate. So
yeah, and you've got horses in this that'll, like Gentleman Boy will push the pace. There's no way he's going to sit back and go slow. You've got Nugget that'll even be pushing forward.
Good old little Nugget.
You've got Keats that'll push forward. Like Craig Newart's not going to sit back from gate 4. He's going to push forward and be aggressive.
Yeah, it's going to be a corker race tomorrow.
Like if they put enough pressure on at the front, then it's just going to open it up for everyone. So, interesting race. Very interesting race.
Oh, I look forward to watching the viewing tomorrow. It's going to be a cracking day.
Yeah, it should be.
Absolute cracking day.
So that's the All-Star Mile.
Alright, fan-bloody-tastic. Alright, let's shoot north and head to Doomben. Doomben's got a nice little 9-card program tomorrow. Some really good races in there, and I was finding it a little tough in what I actually am really happy with. So, yeah, race 5, Buricart. Race number 5, Buricart. Look, it's going to be fitter this run. Very happy at Doomben. It's had 4 out of 4 wins at Doomben. not the same luck at Eagle Farm or anything else, but very, very happy with it at Doomben. Last start was good. It'll be fitter from that. So I think race 5 at Berry Cart's going to be good.
I think Bitcoin Babies that finished behind has
Yeah.
come out and won during the week as well.
Yeah, it did. So I think that'll be okay. We're going to have a quick look at race number 7. And I find this race really tough because there's a lot in there that I do like, but my push at the moment sitting with Rupert's House.
Rupert's House.
Yeah, second up, ran very well last start and won very nicely.
Trial down in Sydney.
Yeah, it's coming out of barrier 3. It's got Orn on the back. I'm a little nervous about Mashani Royale and Shot of Whiskey.
Yep.
Mashani Raider, not Royale, Raider.
Oh, Royale's there.
Yeah, oh sorry, it is Royale.
Yep.
There's too many Mashanis out there.
Fucking
Hey?
hell.
Mashani
Cannot
is
do
Mashani
that.
that. Anyway, Mashani Royale is the one that I'm nervous about, and I'm also nervous about Shot of Whiskey. Shot of Whiskey can turn it up and be there on the day. Had a really good last start win, and Mashani Royale's had 3 on the trot. So again, Ben Thompson on the back. I can't discard those, so I don't know which is going to be my second in. But and then you got Trifling, which has got it's had 2 wins on the trot.
It's very tight. It's a tough time for betting. It really is.
Yeah, so I'm a little nervous. So I'll sleep on them tonight. And race number 8, which is that the listed one. But yeah, heading towards the Jewel, which will be really good. I'm going with All That Pizzazz. I mean, the jockey's an absolute plus. It is up on trip. It was very, very good last start. Like shut it in, and I think the extra distance is going to be good, and we'll be okay with that.
Lovely.
Yeah. So again, but look at another card that's stacked and
That's a
plenty of
massive
options.
race.
Yeah, I know, plenty of options in that as well. We're going to finalise Saturday with Ascot.
What's happening over there? Is there anything big happening over there? Oh, we got a stakes race here.
Yeah. So it should be pretty
Couple of
good.
stakes races.
So it should be another beautiful day over there in Ascot. But race number, goodness me, didn't even write it down. I think it's race 3 or 4. Probably race 4. Race 4. Race 4. Yep, there it is. Birdie Eagle. Birdie Eagle. We were on it last time. Gave it a good push. Was very good in its performance last start. It will love going up an extra 200 in distance as well. So it should be very happy with tomorrow sitting on a good barrier. Informed jockey on the back should be great.
That one lines up well.
Yeah, it does really, doesn't it? I know you don't like $2.70, but Jesus, I tell you what, mate, I don't mind it at all.
With something.
Yeah, I don't mind it at all. Race number 5. Race number 5. Race number 5. It's back. It's back, baby. Top of the Pops is back. We're resuming Top of the Pops, and I love this horse. Not as much as Slipperucci, but very close. All right. Resuming, it's a very classy gelding. It will be coming home very late and very quick. And I love this when the caller sings at home with 150 to go on Top of the Pops. Top of the Pops. So I'm hoping it's going to perform very well tomorrow. I'm very impressed also with the one that I think will challenge it and will also be challenging it late. Although surprisingly, last start led and won. But Moi Shu, very happy with Moi Shu. So I think that'll be in there as well. Be very close to taking a win out as well, which we'll be very happy with. And we're going to finish Ascot with race number 8 with Acromantula. The trip is good. The horse is fit. It's been in work for a little while now. It's
a good race.
Yeah, it's a cracking race too, that one. The horse has been very consistent in work. It's going to be very fit and ready to go. So Acromantula, if that's even how you say it.
Acromantula?
Acromantula. That's how we're going to say it. And that'll be the one that I'll be looking for in the 8th.
Wowee.
Wowee, Ty. Big weekend.
I'm going to have a headache tomorrow trying to figure out this form.
You and me both, mate. It's going to keep me up half the night. But anyway, we're going to do our best for you punters and members out there. Let's get it done and let's get some cash. It's time to cash in and get some money. What else we got on the go, mate, before we finalise up this evening?
Not much, I don't think.
Don't want to talk about the website and the launch of a special.
Well, yes, we actually got to mention that.
Only if you want to, mate.
No, we'll mention it.
Go on, mate.
So we've got a couple of months left in autumn racing, so we're going to throw out a discount, $75 for the 2 months.
Stop it.
$75 for the 2 months. So we're opening
Great
the doors. For those who want to sign up for that, that's all ready to go on the website. You can jump on.
Which is that? What is the website?
racecoursecapital.com.au.
Oh, racecoursecapital.com.au.
Did I get that right?
I think so. Check out racecoursecapital.com.au. The link is on our Instagram page and Facebook through the link tree. We've got all of our links there, including the link through to Beers and Bets, which we do every Friday night.
Yeah, absolutely. So yeah, it should be a nice, easy process to go through and sign up. We've had another person do that today, so everything should be good to go.
Fabulous. Let's get amongst it.
$75 for 2 months. I mean,
honestly,
the amount of tips you're getting is just...
Buy one, get one half price, right? Bloody good. Absolutely good. Right, well, I don't know about you, mate, but I'm looking forward to a cold shower and another cold beer. AFL's on, the Pies are on tonight, so I'm going home to watch footy. What are you doing tonight?
I'm going to eat some food. So
Alright, so he's gonna
actually,
eat.
footy would be good.
Yeah.
Actually, footy's on.
Oh, some cracking games.
Who's on tonight?
Isn't it the Rabbitohs and Rabbitohs and...
It's not Rabbits and Roosters, is it?
It is Rabbits and Roosters tonight.
Ooh, massive.
I think it is. Yeah, it is.
That's massive.
Let's get it done. I'm going home to watch AFL. Ty, as always, any final words of wisdom or anything that you'd like to...
A cracking day tomorrow. Like hopefully you can find some winners. There is a lot of value around with all these competitive races, so hopefully we can find some for you.
Let's get it done, mate.
And jump on that membership. Great value.
Join the ride. All right, punters. Well, as they say here at Racecourse
Are
Capital...
you going to give us another language? Or...
Yeah, I might throw something out. Arigato and good night.